So I've sketched it carefully. I've not constructed it because I've not used a protractor. I've not used any measurements at all. That's just a sketch. Okay, so we're going to construct this triangle I've just drawn here from this sketch. I'm going to say this base is 7 centimeters long into there, and I've got 45 degrees and 38 degrees. So I'm just going to do the angles to start with. So we're going to look at this. I'm going to draw a line of 7 centimeters. Now, when we do this in mastering construction, what we do is do what's called a construction line. And I draw that bigger than 7 centimeters. So you can see I've drawn that just about 7.5 centimeters long. So really lightly onto here. I'm then going to mark off my 0 point, which is there. So I've marked off my 0 point, and I'm going to mark off 7 centimeters. So I know the gap between that is exactly 7. If you try and draw a 7, sometimes you go over, slightly on here, and you're not quite sure how big it is. So if you do this with construction method, and then I just go over that line again to make it stand out a bit. Okay, so we've got the first line down. We've got 7 centimeters. We've got the base of this triangle. We're then going to put our protractor on here. Now, this is the point of where we measure, not down here. Quite often we'll do this and measure up. It is actually down here where it hits 0. And what I tend to do is I put it onto the line and I just shuffle it across until the little mark I made here gets into that crosshair in the middle. This bit here. So I'm going to put into there. Okay, so I'm going to draw 45 degrees. Now, if I'm starting on this line, I can see this outside one starts on 180 and goes down. We don't want that scale. We want the scale on this side. So going up here. I always want to be going up. So imagine this opening up like that. So it opens up. Always starts at 0 and counts up. And I get my students to do this. You count up, and always make sure you do this. 10, 20, 30, 40. You found 40, move to the outside on here, and then just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to measure 45 from the middle one here is quite difficult. You've got to almost guess it a little bit. So I get to the nearest 10, so 45, the nearest 10 is 40 on here. We're not rounding up and rounding down, we're just going up on here. So then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to draw a construction line. So remember, a construction line is just a light line. And I'm going to make it too long, far too long on there. This bit here. You can try and get it almost exactly right, but then you might have to add a little bit at the end, and it's just not worth the hassle. Okay, let's go for this side. Again, line it up with the crosshairs and making sure the 0 is exactly right on here to this bit. And then we're going to go 38. So we're opening up this way this time. It's opening up there. So we'll start on this scale. And remember the technique. Count up 10, 20, 30. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to do a construction line on here, another light one. Now this time you don't need to go as far because you can see where it's going to end. I then, very carefully, because I don't want to lose that accuracy, go over my triangle with my pencil. Nice and careful, don't rush that bit, because you've done all the hard work. There's no point just drawing a line afterwards. And then I'm going to mark in my angles. 38 degrees, 45 degrees. If you want to, you can use your protractor to use the angle part. And then finally, remember, you must put in your 7 centimeter. Okay, and that's how we construct a triangle. I'll show you some more different types later on.